If you want an extra 4 hours of your day, don't go on social media. The days I don't even go online at all feel the longest. I feel like I have so much time to do all the things I want to do. But even when I have days like that, I still end up getting consumed by social media. Still falling back to the trap of scrolling on social media, going on social media, thinking about it, when I don't even like it that much. I honestly was never really that much of a fan of social media, but I always find the time to spend 4 hours a day, 3 hours a day, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram. It might seem like common sense on how to quit social media and get rid of it, but I kept falling back. I kept falling back into the habits of going on social media, even just for a little bit, and checking something and then spending 30 minutes, oh no, an hour, and then oh no, I'm thinking about it the whole day. So I made a list of these few steps that I did to make me completely forget and not care about, not worry about, not even go on social media. I saved hundreds and hundreds of hours of my life that I could have been watching social media right now. I could have been scrolling on Instagram right now. Instead of being like them, constantly scrolling, constantly wasting your time, we have potential. We have potential to be better than all of those people. The first step I took to get rid of social media was to realize that it is bad for me. It is bad for me to go on social media, spend time scrolling, getting dopamine, ruining my attention span, not being able to focus on other things in my life, and just spending so much time invested in energy, invested into pointless content that I didn't really even care about. The key thing I did to get over this phase is to think about my future self. Think about how my future self is going to be when I spent my whole day scrolling on social media. When I spent my whole Saturday, one of my only days of free time away from school, spend it all on social media. Spent all my free time on social media. Spent all my summers on social media. This vacation on social media. This one time where I'm outside, instead of being present and enjoying it, I was on social media. Is your future self going to be happy that you spent 5 hours scrolling on social media, 1 hour scrolling on social media? Is your future self going to be thankful that you had to check social media 3 times and you couldn't focus as much? Think about your future self, because when you do that, you realize that, yeah, this thing isn't really worth it. It isn't worth it scrolling on social media. The second thing I did to stop being on social media, get rid of it, is I didn't fall into the pressure. I didn't fall into the pressure that, oh, all my friends have social media. All the people around me have social media. Everyone else is doing social media. When everyone else is brokies and they're losers. We know this. We know that everyone else is a loser and spends all their time on social media ruining their life. We know that we should not follow everyone, because everyone else is in the 90% and we're not in the 90% of people. 90% of people still do bad habits, still go out and party, drink, smoke, blah, 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 blah. Play video games, eat junk food, think it's fine to do those things. Be brokies. That's everyone. And we're not everyone. We're them. We're our own type of person. We're the top 10%. We're different from them. We shouldn't do the things that everyone else is doing, because everyone else is losers. Average, brokey, mediocre losers that don't have the same potential that we do. Don't have the same knowledge and value to give to the world like we do. I know it sounds like, wow, so inspirational, motivational, but it's true. Everyone else is a brokey. Everyone else doesn't have enough money to do whatever they want. So should we really follow them? Should we follow, oh yeah, they also have social media, so you should get it too? We're not like them. The people we actually want to be like and kind of look up to, they don't have social media. They're not spending their time scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, so don't be on social media. The third thing I did to stop being on social media, get rid of it, is I replaced the time I would have been on scrolling, and I replaced that with doing things outside of my life. Doing things like reading, working out, working on myself, improving my life, being outside, making these videos. Doing those things and replacing it with, instead of spending my whole days thinking about, oh no, I'm gonna scroll on some social media, I thought about my future self. What is my future self gonna be thankful that I'm doing right now? Is my future self gonna be thankful that I'm making this video, talking to you, helping you, being outside? Is my future self gonna be thankful for that? Probably. So I'm gonna do it. So I'm not gonna do the thing, I'm not gonna scroll on social media because my future self isn't really gonna be thankful for it. The fourth thing I did to stop being on social media is I don't fear missing out. I knew that 99% of social media was useless, unimportant things, and that if anything was important on social media, like if Joe Biden did a backflip and he elected Trump as president, I probably would have heard about it by other people talking, all of them talking about it at school, blah, 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 blah. I would only hear about the things that we actually fear missing out and the things that are important to miss out on. And we will hear them because people are going to be talking about it. People are going to be like, oh yeah, did you hear that? Like, what are your thoughts on Joe Biden electing Trump? What a upstanding citizen. We would have heard about that stuff. So we shouldn't try to fear missing out on that stuff, because the things that are actually important, either we know or we are going to know by all of them talking about it and yada yada. Everyone wastes time catching up on news, scrolling on social media. Oh no, it's important, there's some good stuff, when it doesn't really matter. Consuming social media day after day after day after day, when we spend day after day improving ourselves, working out, reading, learning, gaining info, being so much better than them. They can't focus on the things that actually matter in their life. They're too busy consuming, and oh, the news is important, look at the news. Stay informed, when they're not informing themselves that they're a loser, they're broke, they're fat, they're addicted to video games, they're addicted to relapsing. The fifth and final thing that made me stop being on social media and how I got rid of it is I created my own content. I created my own things. I don't know if YouTube is a social media, but instead of consuming it, I created it. And I'm using it as an asset to expand myself in the future. Instead of constantly consuming stuff and it not giving me any value really, I'm creating content, and not only am I giving myself value, but hopefully I'm giving you value. I'm literally making content right now, and that's so much better than consuming it, because the more you create, the more power you have over yourself, I think. So try to create more things in your life. Try to create art, blah blah blah, YouTube videos, shorts, whatever you want to create. Try to create more. Stop consuming things, pointless. It's not even about social media, just life in general. Try to create more things. And the more things you create than you consume, you're going to have a lot more power over yourself and other people. Because they consume the things that we can create. And we create. And we only consume the things that are actually important. Like Joe Biden doing a backflip and electing Trump as president. Whatever it is. We consume the things that are actually important and are going to help us. So if you get rid of social media, you'll save so many hours of your life. I already saved hundreds of hours, and it's going to be 1,000 soon. Because honestly, social media takes up so much of their time. But we can have the potential to not do that. We can have the potential to be better than everyone else. While they're stuck busy scrolling on social media, blah blah blah, we have the potential to do so much more. So if you follow these 5 steps of not being on social media, realized it was ruining me, didn't fall into pressure, replaced the time that I would have been doing on social media and being outside, doing it for real life, didn't fear missing out, and started to create more content. It was probably really weird getting like 5,000 cuts in there because I had to look at my script, but it's whatever. I don't care. I'm creating stuff right now. I'm not consuming pointless social media. I know it could be hard to not go on social media. It can be so hard to want to go on social media. Oh, I want to see this thing. Oh, I want to do this. I haven't been on social media in a while. I want to do this. And that can happen sometimes. It happened to me too. I won't lie. But as long as you don't rely on it, don't think about it as much, don't put your focus on social media. Spend like 5 minutes on social media, which honestly I don't even think is that bad compared to being on social media like all of them 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day scrolling on TikTok. Like, I've never even had TikTok, but the less time you spend on social media, the more time and energy and focus you can be putting in the valuable things that actually matter in our life. So if you found this video at least somewhat helpful or interesting, you might have found a good channel for you. Click and watch this video right here. Subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be posting more beneficial videos to try to help you improve your life every single day. Like this video if you found it helpful. This is how I got rid of social media. I think you can do the same. We're better than all of them. I'll see you later. Peace. Take care.